Hey, let me ask you this question. How do you know that the course or the coaching program or the offer that you have been working day and night to create is actually sellable in the market? How do you know that people require it in the first place? You see, Myron Golden says that everything that is not a test is a guess at best. Welcome to day 10 of the Office Turnover Challenge, and today is the result day. But at the same time, today I'm going to be talking about the power of A B testing. Okay, you see, one of the offers that we have been running, the result of that particular A B test that we did for that particular offer came out to be absolutely different than all the offers that we have been running. And I just wanted to share with you that one part that helped us realize that for every other offer is really different. The offer is different, the audience is different, so they react differently, because of which the A/B testing is really really important. Okay, so without much ado, let's dive inside of day 10. Now, if you have no idea what this challenge is about, then what we are doing in the offers turnover challenge is converting negative ROAS offers to positive ROAS offers. Okay, so at the beginning when I started this challenge, there were only 5% of the offers that were positive ROAS, and right now today I'm going to be sharing after 2 weeks how many of those offers are actually positive right now, what percentage of the offers are positive. Okay, so make sure you stay till the end to take multiple lessons home. But the power of A/B testing is shared in the client where we are going to be discussing DMC. Inside of that, I have shared with you the power of A/B testing. But then apart from that, there was another deep dive that I did. But at the same time, we also did some agency stat overview that we have been doing from the beginning for this particular friend of mine who runs an agency, has a done for you offer. And I'm just running a stats just to see what's working, what's not working. But at the same time today, I'm going to be sharing with you the stats for the entire week to see how many offers are negative and positive. Okay, so without much ado, let's dive inside of the first one. Let's overview the agency stats. So the agency stats right now, if you remember on day two, we had reviewed the agency stat. And if you have no idea what this agency is about, this particular agency has a done for you service that he is offering, which is a high ticket. And the funnel looks is pretty simple. It's a sales page with a calendar embedded on it, and people can go ahead and book the call from the calendar by answering a few questions. And on the first time that I reviewed it, I shared with you that this particular friend of mine has a $1,000 option and all these other options as well, 10k plus, 10 to $20,000 as a budget that people can choose when they go ahead and book a call in this particular calendar. And what I suggested was, hey, let's not have the $1,000 option, because of which we are not getting qualified leads. So if you remember last week, we got out of 38 calls that we booked, we got 26 unqualified calls, which were the ones who had booked like $1,000, selected $1,000 as a budget. And then we did not get any sales. So what we are doing is, for all the people who are selecting the $1,000 budget, we are sending them a link to go ahead and purchase our course, which is an AI course. And nobody purchased it out of 26 people. So this week, we did not change anything, and a friend of mine really persisted on having this offer, like $1,000 offer upfront as a budget. But then he did not listen, and here are the stats for this particular week. Right now we are sitting at 44 calls that were booked last week. Out of those, only 16 were the calls that were qualified, and then the other ones, 28 were unqualified calls. So that's like cost us $82 per call, and we spent around $2,300. So technically we spent around what, 1 2,000, close to $2,000, I suppose. No, close to $1,600 that we have spent on unqualified leads, and then the remaining went for qualified leads. So it's really really difficult to scale this particular thing. To In order to book one qualified call, it's costing us $143, which is insane, right? So I'm still trying to convince my friend to stop having that $1,000 option, but he is just persisting. Let's see what happens. But apart from that, what we did on day 10 was also do a deep dive on this particular client. And he is in songwriting niche, and he has a songwriting course that costs $90. Okay, now it costs $90, and how we are selling it is through a sales page. A checkout page is the next page where after they opt in, they go to a checkout page, and then we have a confirmation page. Now what I did was, when I was when I did a deep dive, so there was another deep dive that was done before I started this particular challenge on YouTube, where I suggested let's do an A/B test to figure out if it is good for people to send to the checkout page and how many signups we are getting by keeping the checkout on the sales page itself. Now, if you remember from the previous videos that most of the offers that we are running are getting much better conversion by keeping the checkout on the sales page itself, but it did not come true with this particular offer. Let me share the stats with you. So the CTR link is 1.27%, and the cost is $5.83 to get one click, which is really high, even though our CPM is very low, right? The CPM basically means that we spent $74 to come in front of 1,000 people, but only 1% of them actually clicked on the ad, and it cost us like $5 to get one click, right? And which was really expensive. However, right now, these numbers, even with this number, it is absolutely fine for us to go ahead and see if the funnel is converting well or not, even with this number. So I said let's not change anything on the ad side yet, but when we are scaling, once the funnel starts converting at 1x ROAS, we can optimize, add more creatives and go from there, right? But right now let's just focus on one thing, which is optimizing the funnel so that we can get the funnel working and then go from there. Okay, so here are the funnel stats. The landing page views was 103. We got around 10 opt-ins, which is like 9.71% opt-in rate. Industry standard is like 8 to 15%, so this was good. However, the purchase was 5 out of those 10, so the purchase rate came out to be 50%. But if you remember, I talked about the sales page me having an A/B test on it, right? So from that A/B test, it shows that out of the $770 that we spent, half of that amount went to page variation A and half of that amount went to page variation B. In page variation A, what we did was we just kept the opt-in on the sales page and we sent everyone else to the checkout page like after they have opted in. However, for the people inside of the other page, variation B, we had people sign up, like really check out from the sales page itself and keep the checkout form on the sales page. I thought even then, I wrote it over here that I'm confident that removing one additional step will significantly increase our conversion. I was absolutely wrong, right? In our last deep dive, we suggested to do a split test. However, surprisingly, what came out to be in the result is like all the 5 sales that we got over here came from variation A. None of the sales came from variation B, where we had the checkout on the same page, right? None of the variations, like none of the sales came from that. And then this clearly shows that page variation A is the winner. However, 2 of the 10 opt-ins came from variation B, which means 8 opt-ins came from variation A. And out of those 8 opt-ins, 5 purchase. So our true purchase rate is 62.5%. So if you see over here, our goal last time was to get our purchase rate to 30%, right? However, right now it is sitting at 62.5%, which is like double. We just doubled our goal from the last time, right? Keeping in mind that we split the half of the traffic, the true ad spend for 5 purchases was $385, and our ROAS from this one variation was 1.1x, 17x. Okay, so this means that this offer went positive this week. Okay, now, what we did was immediate next step was to declare variation A the winner and run all traffic to it. Keep the ads running, check the ROAS after 7 days. If ROAS is greater than 1x, ask Muzahid to create the scaling strategy, which will typically be to scale the ads. And then if ROAS is less than 1x, then we will have me go ahead and review the stats without pausing the ads, okay? And after being consistent with 1x ROAS, we can start scaling the ads using our scaling strategy. So here's the power of A/B testing. You see, like I mentioned, like everything that is not a test is a guess at best. Even for this particular niche, it came out to be absolutely true. That like I clearly thought that variation B will be the winner because that's one additional step. But in this particular niche, people are not interested in getting the checkout right away. They want to see something before they go ahead and make the purchase. So the checkout page has the detailed form once again, whatever they are gonna get, and then we have an order form. So they just want to review everything once again before going out to the checkout. So that's why this variation A won in this particular offer, right? So until we put it to test, I thought variation B would win, but when we did the test out, and then A was clearly the winner, right? So here's what you can start running split tests or A/B testing for, and try and test all of these different things that we have been working and testing on several different offers. The first one is the name of the program. You see, a lot of times we just choose to create a fancy name for our programs, but sometimes it's a simple program name that converts a lot better than a very fancy name. Okay, so name is something that you can test. The second thing is checkout structure. Right, if you check out this particular video right here, I'm going to be sharing over here. This will allow you to understand that by a simple checkout structure change, we literally doubled or tripled our purchase rate in another offer. Right, so go ahead and check that video out as well. And then headlines can be tested, payment plans can be tested, and also button CTAs can be tested, as detailed as that. Right, so if you're a business owner and don't want to do all of these tests on your own, head to www.thechallengebeast.com/virtual coffee, and let's connect over a virtual coffee and discuss how your offer can do a lot better without you having to do all the tests on your own. Okay, so this is DMC, and it performed really really well. Alhamdulillah, we are going to be moving forward with all of these variations, and we are going to start scaling this particular client really soon. Okay, so the second deep dive that we did for the day was for this particular client who is in back pain niche, right? So they are in, I actually need some back pain course, so I'm going to review his course really soon. But yeah, I mean, he's a doctor, and he is helping people get relieved from the back pain and all of that stuff. So he has this particular offer running for $297 course. For Yeah, I suppose it's a $297 course. Yep, it is a $297 course. Okay, so this particular course, the ads are performing super amazingly, right? So we have a 3.57% CDR, which is amazing, and then the CPC is 1.86, which is amazing for a $297 offer. We can do so much more with this. Than we can actually imagine. So by spending just $200, you would get like around 100 eyeballs inside of this page, which is amazing, right? So the CPM is also surprisingly very low because it's like a very broad niche. Everybody has back pain and all of that, so the CPM is really good, right? So we don't need to change anything on the ad side. So here are the funnel stats. So 275 people landed on the sales page. We only got 1.82% opt-in, and got 5 opt-ins, and yet we got 2 sales. So just imagine if we triple the opt-in rate, which just get it to 8%, which is the industry standard, then we can really do amazing with this particular offer, right? Even if the purchase rate is just 40%, right now the numbers are too low to even see what is the true purchase rate. But yeah, cost per purchase was $287, and then we had this purchase rate at 40%, and then we are at a ROAS of 1.03x. And that right now, last week, like this particular week, this offer was at negative, because what happened was the first week that this offer ran for, we got 2 sales and we only spent like $310. But this week we spent around $284 with 2 opt-ins and no sales. So right now the opt-in numbers are too low to even understand if the purchase rate is the problem. So we need to fix the opt-in rate first to get it to at least 8%, and once we do that, it's just game on from that. Okay, so here are all the suggestions that I made in order to make this really good, right? So on the sticky section, which is the section that sticks throughout the page scroll, whenever a prospect is scrolling through the page, this particular section sticks throughout. And the copy for that first was join program name today, so like the name of the program today, and then there was a button called join now. There was no value proposition. So what I did was I just shared with people like, hey, the value proposition in order for you to join or even click on this button is that you will be able to eliminate back pain, neck pain, stiffness in just 7 days, right? And then the button says, yes, fix my spine now, right? So that makes it a lot more clickable than anything else, right? So that's why I made the suggestion for sticky section. And then the hero section was really about the coach, like talking about all the fancy stuff about the particular coach, and it was like just showing off the coach basically. So what we did was we changed that. Yes, we need to have a credibility line for headlines, like the world renowned spine specialist reveals how you can, right? As simple as this, like a small credibility line can really do um, the job, right, than having a complete headline dedicated to showing the credibility for the coach. So that's why I just changed the headline to this particular headline with the value proposition, so people actually click or show interest to scroll in the first place, and then just change the buttons to actual value proposition depending upon the section, right? So if there were testimonials over here, and the button CTA was fix my spine today, and this was just $297. But what I changed it to was, yes, help me fix my pain too. So this is like speaking to what they are already thinking, right? After watching the entire um, module or entire section where we have different testimonials from people who have fixed their spine, people will be thinking, yes, I want to fix my spine as well. So it really connects with their language that they are speaking after reviewing a section. So yeah, I mean, we have to fix every button accordingly. Okay. And then there was this offer section when we had, again, join program name now, and then we had all the value proposition, the entire stack, and then it's just $297 today. However, I changed it to, again, adding the value proposition over here, and then the stack goes here, and then total value is $1,000 plus. When this program actually launches, it will be $997, but right now it's just $297. Okay, and then we are gonna have a order form, and then we are gonna add a 30-day guarantee right below it, because we did have a guarantee that we are gonna share with all the people who purchase from us, right? So with just the above changes, we are going to see much better opt-in rates coming in, and we can optimize after that. Okay, so I just asked them to go ahead and complete all of these optimizations, and we are going to do the next deep dive in 14 days from now. Okay, so that's it for all the optimizations that we did today. Now, drum rolls, we are going to be getting inside of the results. Okay, so in total this week as well, we have 9 active offers, out of which we had 0 recently launched offers. So the comma that you see over here is from week 1, and then we have week 2. Last week we had 2 recently launched offers, but then they graduated to negative ROAS. So we did not get any sales for those offers. So they have moved to this negative ROAS offer. But right now we have 0 recently launched offers. And then for negative ROAS offers, we have got 6. Okay. Last time we had 55.6%. This time we have 66.67% negative ROAS offers, right? Because a few offers, couple of offers graduated from there, right? From recently launched offers. So here's how the true negative offers look like. So for the first one, there were 2 offers that where we had spent less than the offer price. So for example, if we have a program that costs $297, we had only spent $150, so we wouldn't get any sales inside of it, right? So we are still waiting to spend at least 1x or 3x so that we have enough data to make optimizations. So 2 of them are sitting there, and the true negative ROAS offers are 4. The first one is, last week we had this particular NR client at 0.95x ROAS. Right now she is at 0.67 ROAS. So we already discussed, made all the changes in a past couple of days. I did a deep dive on her, so we are going to start seeing better results from that as well. If you want to see that one, go ahead and watch the video where it says like the purchase rate has been increased, like triple the purchase rate by simply shifting this one thing. So we stopped the variation for that as well, so we are only running the good one, the variation that actually won. Okay, so PF is still at negative. I'm going to review this on Monday to see like what happened with PF. And then SN is also at negative, JE is also at negative. So we have 4 negative ROAS offers, and then we have 3 positive offers this week. Last time we had only 2. One extra offer got in over here, which was DMC, and for DMC was sitting at 0.5x ROAS. Right now it's at 1.17x ROAS. Then for HD, she was at 1.27 ROAS. This week, after all the optimizations, she's sitting at 3x ROAS right on the upfront offer, right? And then JK is sitting was at 1.17 after all the optimizations we did. He's sitting at 3.11x ROAS, which is amazing as well. So alhamdulillah, this is the week and this is the stats for the week. My goal will be to have at least 60% of the offers to get to active offers by the end of this 60-day challenge. Have at least 60% of the offers to be in the positive ROAS. So I'm pretty confident that every single week, even if we add just one offer to the positive ROAS, we are gonna get to our goal much faster. Okay, so I'm pretty excited about this. I cannot wait to optimize the remaining offers for the coming weeks. Let me know in the comment section what was your best takeaway. And for me, the best takeaway today was for DMC, the power of A/B testing, because of which I made this entire video around A/B testing. And what we are going to do is we are going to do A/B test for literally every offer that we are running, just to make sure that we are doing right for the particular niche, rather than just assuming that just because this worked for 10 different clients, it is also going to work for this particular one. Okay, so I hope this video was helpful to you. If it was, go ahead and subscribe to my channel to keep watching the future videos, and I'm going to see you on the next one. Until then, keep creating for a change.